Have you ever wondered what life is like after the storm?
But thank God for life. Thank God for life. That's all I can say.
We move on, but this is their reality. There's a long road ahead, and in tough situations, you either step up or step out. We realize the best way we can step up is to come back, and we're going to keep coming back to share the real story on how you can be part of building the BVI back. Stronger, smarter, greener, and better than before.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes, it is.
It's a beautiful day. And I can tell you and everyone else, we will build our country, my country, back with pride, honor, and a smile. BVI for life. Yes. BVI for life.
Is that we've lost our stuff. All our stuff has been removed, but he left us and he's given us an opportunity now to build afresh, build anew, and build a country that we will be proud of, that visitors will be proud of, but that he will be proud of. And so I think that when I look down in the future, 5 years from now, I see a great little nation, a country that others will look to and say, something these people got right. It's not for me. It's not about me. None of this is about me. This is about the country.
BVI, baby! British Virgin Islands, this one's for us. Put your hands up! BVI, yes! BVI. Hands, sing BVI, wave them to the sky. Rock from side to side, represent the Virgin Islands. Hands, sing BVI, wave them to the sky. Rock from side to side, represent the Virgin Islands.
1 year later, we see a nation who endured the Atlantic's strongest hurricane rejoicing with each other. This made us ask, what took place over the last year to make this nation more unified than ever?
I went to every single island after Irma. Yeah, it was not easy. We saw lots of persons that lost everything. We had friends or people we know out of the island asking for assistance to know about their loved ones, friends and properties and all that. Yeah, it was quite difficult. The day after, I was expecting to see bodies everywhere, to be honest. I really thought it was just like an apocalypse image when I walked the streets. It is difficult to see and to describe, but looked like there was a bomb came here. There was not a single leaf on any tree. There was no green on island anymore. It was quite difficult to see that. I was lucky, and at least on a daily basis, I used to get a list of people to search for. Every morning, I had a crew meeting, and I used to dispatch teams to different parts of the islands to find these people, so we could get back to relatives and friends and say it was okay. We found it at the hospital and things like that. We had people posting on WhatsApp, Facebook page, and that's how we could get things going. If phones are down, we need to be creative.
During the emergency relief phase, Stacey Mather continued to show great leadership by keeping the youth empowerment program running so that children would have a sense of normalcy.
I think my advice would be to get back to what you do right away, as normal as possible. If your job involves working with children, get back to it immediately. Fix what you need to fix and get to it. And above all, take care of your people. Do not think of anything but your people, their basic needs and what they need to get their lives back to normal as soon as possible. Don't wait, don't try to figure that out. Your end goal must be taken care of.
13 days before Irma, Gus Jaspert arrived as the new governor of the BVI. Before he could even unpack his bags, he was responding to the damage from the floods that had just taken place. His leadership and dedication to the country over the last year has left us completely inspired.
People of the British Virgin Islands, this is Governor Gus Jaspert. I come to you with a heavy heart after experiencing and observing the extent of devastation caused by Hurricane Irma. After consultation with the Premier, I have declared a state of emergency for the territory.
Never been through a hurricane before. We have wind, but nothing like this. Nothing. I mean, to be honest, nowhere's had anything like this in living histories. But making decisions, I remember asking the worst case scenarios. Admittedly, all of those worst case scenarios weren't the worst of the worst case, which is what we had. But taking the decision to evacuate Anegada before I'd even been there, I'd never even stepped foot on Anegada, and having to try and convince people that they should leave was quite a tough call. I think one of my first tweets was the calm is just the eye, stay inside, stay safe. And then everything went after that point. The last radio communication I had was with our disaster management team, who are just there based behind my house, as I was trying to stay in touch with them about how things were. And the last message was they had to run out of their building because the NEOC, our National Emergency Operations Centre, obviously didn't survive, so we had all of the team out. So I was now thinking about my team to respond is having to evacuate as well. But
I cannot imagine the stress.
it was a lot of stress, but you also, during the storm, I was a dad. At the point when you can't do anything more, all I am is the same as everyone else. We ended up in the closet of the bathroom with 9 of us, the dog, all kind of huddled in there, hoping we had one window that was hoping that window held, and then but then looking out from the window to see everything gone, literally everything gone, instantly thinking, God, how many people have died. The first thing actually, because there was no communication, was just getting torches and doing Morse code up to other houses, because our house is on stairs on a hill.
Oh my God.
We were trying to signal if anybody was alive. The last report I had was that Hurricane Jose was, I think, 2 days out.
Just 1 week after Hurricane Irma demolished parts of the Caribbean and tore through Florida. The governor warning this hurricane could be even worse.
So soon after experiencing such a devastating hurricane, I am sorry to have to bring your attention to another tropical system in the Atlantic. possibly as a Category 3 hurricane on Saturday or Sunday. Let us all continue to help each other however we can and continue to pray for each other. May God bless and protect the territory and our people. Thank you.
So that was a pretty tough message to give. In fact, if I ever watch that clip, it gives me the shakes inside when I watch that one. Day 2 was trying to then get things regularised. Whilst there was so much chaos and so many things happening, trying to get out messages to the public about to hear my voice and the Premier's voice, to know that government exists, that they should stay calm, that we're getting in supplies, we're getting in support. Trying to show that government is there despite all of the challenges that we've had. Public servants were the same as everybody else.
So it's a year later.
Yes.
How did you feel yesterday?
There wasn't a single person who stopped to think, is somebody white or black, belonger, non-belonger, gay or straight, religious or not. It just wasn't an equation.
What I'm most impressed with is that you chose to step up for a country that you've only been here for 13 days. And I don't know why you did, but I'd love to know.
First off, I don't overplay what I did. What I was doing was just a reflection of what every individual was doing. Everyone was stepping up. As I mentioned, all the public officers who stepped on floors for weeks to keep services running, that the dedication is incredible. I would never have wished to be to have happened to the Virgin Islands, but it's been an honour to be the Governor of the British Virgin Islands during this last year.
It's been amazing to watch everybody, but all of it just makes me want to cry, so thank you.
That's all right. No, thank you.
Like the governor, most of the leadership in BVI lost everything and still had to stand up, be brave, and lead their country out of devastation into opportunity. Dwayne is a disaster management specialist and a leader of the incredible community-led volunteer group Fiji Rock. Fiji Rock came together in a powerful way after Irma and facilitated aid, water, and evacuations on Virgin Gorda.
So where we are right now, this is where we had our first VG Rock meeting right out here. There we had the distribution center where all the food came into. We had a soup kitchen that was doing hot meals, but people came in the beginning every day to get food supplies, different things, toiletries. What made it work was, for us, there was no bureaucracy, no politics, and it was just simply people coming together to make it happen. Bringing a group of unfamiliar people together to deal with an unfamiliar situation. Even though we knew hurricanes, we never knew the devastation on this level, this magnitude. So people came together and using whatever resources they had, whether it be physical, intellectual, or financial, whatever, and reached out to persons. You had persons like Jim Hagedorn, who had aircrafts, who flew in supplies. We had the Puerto Rican Navy, who are friends, who come in every year for Christmas in July. Come in with as much relief supplies as they could have. We had boats that were literally sinking when they tied up at a dock that had to be quickly offloaded because they were aft heavy with water, baby formula, that kind of stuff. And no one thought about whose job it was, whose job it wasn't, who was being paid, who was responsible. We were all in a very bad place, and we all had to do what we had to do to be able to make it happen. I've never seen a group of people this untrained come together in this regard. And I train and I teach ICS, but in terms of disaster response, these guys, they did very well. They were not trained for this. That's not their everyday job. They're not firefighters, they're not police officers. They just were people who really cared and was concerned about making sure that we survived. That was just it.
My advice for anyone that's just gone through a hurricane is basically to take it one day at a time. Take a deep breath and you get back to normalcy. We just started to clean, starting to work one day at a time, build back your infrastructure, and reach out to your friends and family for the support and the love to keep you going and to keep you strong during the stressful times.
To the people of BVI, never forget what you have overcome. You now know what matters most, And when it looks like you've lost it all, remember your unity, your love for one another, and that you came out of the storm stronger, smarter, greener, and better than before. So we produced the docu-series BVI Stronger, which is all about following the journey of the BVI and allowing people to join in the recovery. So we go through step by step exactly what happened with Irma, what happened with Maria, what does it feel like after the storm, what is life like? The news has come and gone, people forget that it even happened, but what is life like truly not only living but trying to find a way to become stronger after something so devastating could happen to you. And so we've loved this journey. It has been one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. My team has crushed it, but it has been a beautiful learning experience for me to see what people hold on to and how they rebuild themselves after something looks like it knocked you out of the game. And we're not going anywhere. Ariel Global Community will be back for many more years to accelerate recovery in the British Virgin Islands and beyond. Join us at bvistronger.com.